so. Now, Comey made the point several times today that he had in closed session, so-called executive session, with the chairman of the Senate and the House Intelligence Committees and the ranking members, in other words, the top Democrats, that he has sat in there and provided them with sufficient information, even though he doesn't have it all yet, but with sufficient information that, according to some reports, and everything leaks. Everything leaks. That's how the light gets in. There's cracks in everything, right? But according to some of these reports, when Comey revealed to the leadership of these two committees what they have already found where it concerns all of these rat bastards around Trump and all of the rat bastards around Putin, and the melding, the connections, the working together, not for world peace. Would that that were the case. These fuckers are not working for world peace. And anybody who says anything to the contrary is a goddamn fool. Just a fool. What is it? I mean, what does it take to wake people up? I think there's no more of a heavy sleeper than a liberal or a leftist who has become so convinced that if we could just stop with our shitty attitude toward the bad guys on this planet, of which we are among them, if we could just stop our shitty attitude to the other bad guys, everybody would get along fine. Well, Trump and Putin have proved that that's true. They are getting along fine. But what apparently the liberals in this country have missed is they're getting along fine for the benefit of the gangsters who run both countries, not the people of those countries. Trump will continue to spew out his bullshit for as long as he's in office. He has done nothing. He's going to do nothing. The only thing he has done was exactly what the right-wing Christian freaks in the Congress told him to do, where it concerned the nomination of Gorsuch to the Supreme Court. That's it. Trump is no more of a leader than fucking Donald Duck is. As a matter of fact, less so. Jesus. The Justice Department last Friday. Now, remember who runs the Justice Department. Jesus Christ. You know, somebody who, if this were 1861, would be leading, a battalion of Southern treasonist rebels to try to overthrow the government. Him, Beauregard Sessions. But anyway, the Justice Department on Friday provided the committee with information concerning the inquiry into Russian interference in the election and this mixing of American and Russian gangsters. And the head of the committee and the ranking member have indicated there is absolutely zero reason to believe that Trump Tower was wiretapped anywhere on the tower except in Trump's fucked up brain. That's where the bug was put. That somehow Obama snuck into Trump's bedroom with a surgical drill, opened up a fucking hole in his head, put in a bug, a listening. There are so many issues that are just begging to be dealt with. Begging. There's been no talk, except it doesn't exist, of global climate change. No talk of what the North Korea... I'll tell you something. North Korea is going to launch a goddamn attack against somebody. I mean... Oh, shit. You are aware of that, aren't you, Truth Seeker? Do you think this little punk-ass Kim Jong-un is shooting off all these rockets and developing all these nuclear weapons to impress the home folks? So So the big issues that we have, the European Union is starting to come unglued. Take a deep breath, Malloy. We have a gangster as the head of the U.S. government. We have a gangster, the head of the Russian government. The two gangsters are working together. And, of course, Trump will work with gangsters forever, as long as he's getting something out of it. What is he getting out of it? Well, we don't know for sure, but we can goddamn sure guess based on the evidence that's been presented. Now, the other night when Rachel Maddow hooked all these dots together about the bank in Cyprus, about the property in Florida that Trump made $100,000 on in about 2 years. Or, 100 million? To open your mic.
Yeah, just real quickly, I think the numbers were like he bought the distressed property for $40 million and he sold it to the Russian guy for like 80 or 90 million.
And nobody ever lived there.
No, and the Russian guy never even came to the United States. And at the time, it was the single biggest residential real estate transaction in U.S. history.
Right.
And they never met, and he never set foot on U.S. soil. He was trying to do this to get rid of money so his soon-to-be ex-wife couldn't get it,
Right.
This Russian guy.
So who did he turn to?
Donald Trump.
His good
buddy, Donald Trump. And then they all wind up in this sneaky deal dealing with the bank that involves the Bank of Cyprus and our current, who is it, Secretary of, is not Treasury, Budget? No, who's the secretary that this guy?
Oh, the other billionaire.
Yeah, well, he was implicit in the same land deal. In the same real estate deal. Complicit in the same deal. And I'm trying to remember exactly how it worked out, but it was one of our new... one of Trump's new cabinet members, and I can't remember which one right now. Not Housing and Urban Development.
No. I think it was the Treasury Department, Secretary of the Treasury.
Secretary of Treasury, I think you're right. Some old guy who, comes out of nowhere. But apparently,
who made his money the way all billionaires do. He fucking stole it.
Yeah, he's the only United States citizen on this Cyprus bank board.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's a member of the board.
And not only that, if you remember what
co-owner of the bank.
What Maddow said was that this particular bank in Cyprus has a global reputation among the moneyed elite as the bank where the Russian oligarchs wash their money. This is where they go when they want to hide assets, when they want to wash them through so nobody knows what it is. So look. The very absolute bottom line for the time being is that we have two gangster governments, one in Russia and one in the United States. And they are working hand in hand to fuck over as many hundreds of millions of people as they can, to steal as much as they can, to turn their countries into totalitarian states. Look, there's some really dangerous shit going on here. And I wish there was some way that the lefty writers in this country who have the big, the big platforms, the big forums, would just back the fuck off here and for once take a look that maybe announcements have got this one right. And this is not about trying to restart the Cold War from the U.S. side. If there is an effort to restart the Cold War, it's coming from both sides. You know, war is a racket. War is how you make a lot of money. Yada, yada, yada. But these gangster governments don't have to go to war. All they have to do is to be in complete agreement that they're going to fuck over as many people as they possibly can. That has been Trump's M.O. his entire life. And as far as I have read, that's been Putin's M.O. his entire life. But all these issues that are in desperate need of attention. By the way, where's the legislation from Trump for the $1 trillion infrastructure? a deal. Well, where's the legislation from Trump to cut everybody's taxes? Or the proposals from Trump. All Trump has done is submit a budget that just rips the shit out of the very people who voted for him. And yet, there they were in Kentucky tonight with the goofy goddamn looks on their faces, all white people, cheering and screaming, and USA, USA. I thought they were going to break into a locker up. And there's Trump being forced to read off of teleprompters now because he is so fucking insane that Bannon is not going to allow him to go out in front of a crowd without having what he's supposed to say right in front of him.